are here. We are live.
Yay! Hi, everybody. Welcome back.
That's it. Look, we have changing minds, healing bodies, fuel the body, not feed the body, and Russell Brands in the house. Go ahead, Laura. You open up for us today.
All right. So, believe it or not, this is week 35. Mind blown.
Yes.
Like if we were a pregnancy, we would be so close to the end. But thank God, none of us are. So,
None of us are.
we just wanted to, that's right. We wanted to come on tonight and we're going to go over the top 3 questions that have been out there kind of in the interweb that go along with carnivore. So each of us are going to give our perspective and hopefully you will like what you see. So we please like, share, comment, and ask questions. Throw them in the comments. What about you, Robin?
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Meaty Mondays with the Fierce Felines. We, as always, are super excited to be here with you tonight and to talk about some of these very interesting questions that people are asking about the carnivore diet. So if you're curious, I always talk to carnivore curious. So if you're carnivore curious, come on with us and hear what we have to say. We're going to answer your top 3 questions tonight. I am your carnivorous grandma, Robin Heron. All right, G.
I know. I'm like super excited. Hi, everybody. My name is G Brown, the lifestyle changer. And I am, I'm tired, y'all. Can y'all like see it? Do I look a little glazy, a little glossy? But listen, I have a topic that I know a lot about. So I'm super excited. Let's get into the show. Who got first? Come on, Laura. What you got going?
That is me. So I'm going to discuss some of the health benefits and the risks of the carnivore diet. So I would say I'm going to go with benefits first because in my 5 years' time, I have seen oodles of benefits and very minimal risk. So the benefits that I personally have seen have been depression, anxiety, cystic acne, hormonal balance, decreased in joint pain, all of the inflammation completely gone. I have zero inflammation unless I decide to eat a bag of pork rinds because I'm one of those weird people. Ruminant meat is all I can actually handle. I can't go off and eat a bunch of bacon or anything. Wish I could. I do miss a little bacon, but I don't miss waking up and feeling like I can't close my hands or get out of bed or run. Another thing is a lot of the autoimmune disorders, people I have worked with, their autoimmune disorders go into remission. And as long as they stay clean, I call that a cure. But of course, if any of us would eat any of that stuff again, it can come back. Yep. So I guess we'll have to call it remission. Another thing is fertility issues, whether that be polycystic ovarian disease, whether that be endometriosis, any of those things are something that this helps. And a lot of the pain syndromes, whether it be, I've had stroke patients that have pain syndromes where they just have burning nerve pain all over their body. I have people with neuropathy due to like diabetes, different things, and even medications that they've had in the past. So those are the majority of what I've seen. I have had type 2 diabetes in 2 patients completely reversed. I was able to never become fully diabetic. And now I would say after 33 years, I'm not going to be diabetic. And then I've had patients who were just like literally getting ready to be have an AV fistula put in their arm for dialysis, who are now back as far. I have a CKD2, and I have one that her latest numbers I think are going to put her back to CKD1, which is crazy. Her doctor was totally mind blown, totally against any of it, because if any of you know, the kidney diet is very, very low protein. It's no peanuts, it's no peanut butter. It's just, I mean, it's nothing that has protein in it. And that's what the kidneys actually need to heal. So he was totally against it. He's the doctor for both of these people. So he thought I was nuts, but he couldn't argue with their outcomes and their results and how well they've done, and then seeing them progressively get off of a lot of their medications and not have to go to end up in dialysis. So those are the benefits that I personally have seen, either myself or with the clients that I work with. Almost on a daily basis now, I have clients. Which is good. I love it. I almost think if I could do that all the time, I'm almost to the point where I'd be like, this is what I need to do. I really, really love it. So, the risks to the carnivore diet are really going to be mostly self-induced. And what I mean by that is not preparing ahead of time, not planning, and not knowing how your body or your personality is. Like I said, I'm an all or none. I jumped in. G, she jumped in. Fred jumped in. I couldn't remember if you jumped in. You did. Okay. So, and some of us had really bad outcome at first, and some of us slid in and it wasn't such a big deal. I passed out at my bedside, literally stood up out of bed and went, and of course I jumped right back up, and yeah, I didn't hit my head though. And my husband goes, "Did you pass out?" And I was like, "Nope, I tripped." I was not going to tell him that I have no way, because he'd have been like, "That's it. We're throwing away all the good food." But I do think most of the people who have trouble, it's going to be GI upset. Now, some of that can be because maybe you don't have a gallbladder. Could be that you've had one of the different types of bypasses for weight loss surgery, which G definitely can attest to that. And so not not being prepped ahead. I think not following it and listening to enough people out in the space who have kind of been there, seen it, done it. That's the things that I think lead to these. Electrolyte balance is probably the other risk that's very hard. And no matter how far into it you go, that electrolyte balance can go out. I am 5 years last month carnivore, keto 28 prior to that. And there are still times where, and like I said, I take potassium every night before bed, 99 milligrams, because I just find if I don't do that, I'm in trouble no matter how much salt I do. So and some people require more potassium, more sodium, more magnesium than the next person. So, and then the only other risk to carnivore is the loss of money, because when you get to the other side of it, you got to buy a whole new wardrobe most of the time. So that would be the health benefits and the risks to carnivore that I can attest to.
Well, that was good. Go
So,
ahead.
for me, I'm talking about the potential health benefits. So, Laura also already talked about a lot of that, but I've interviewed so many people. Yesterday, I was interviewing the carnivore teacher, John, and basically, he told me he had a list of 30 things that he had healed with the carnivore diet. I also over the weekend had an opportunity to interview Limitless Lindy. Oh my gosh, she's amazing. We got a chance to meet them at Hack Your Health, and I'm telling you something, once you meet somebody in person, it's like your family. But
So true.
Lindy lost over 500 pounds
Wow.
in what I think a year and a half, no, 2.5 years. She lost over 500
Wow.
pounds. She was 700 pounds on her bed, could not get around, immobile, couldn't get out and work out and do stuff like that. And so she's now from 700, she thinks that she was up around 800 pounds. She now weighs 260 pounds.
Wow.
Amazing. Amazing. The weight loss is really a big thing. And we talk about Bill in Alaska all the time and his amazing weight loss that he's having. In just a year, he's lost over 200 pounds. Unbelievable. If you have a lot of weight to lose, the carnivore diet is amazing for weight loss. But then again, there's so many things. I have these cards in my hand because I've been tracking all the different people that I've been. Hey, from Michigan. I'm in Michigan. Hi, Adine. Welcome. But I've been documenting as I talk to all these different people, all the various things that they tell me that they have healed, cured, put in remission. You know, if you think about brain fog, like you don't even realize how much of a fog your brain is in until the fog lifts after so many days on carnivore. And it doesn't take very long before you're like, wait a minute, I'm thinking much more clearly now than I have ever thought in my life because the carnivore diet, it clears up the brain fog. We have talked about people being healed, put in remission from things like autism. Now, that's a really surprising one. Like, you know, it's kind of like one of those that we think you're born that way. There's really nothing you can do about that. But we've talked to the physicians who told us out of their own mouths that they have met people that were nonverbal autistic and are now verbal, living their lives with jobs, you know, talking about what it was like to be unable to speak and unable to communicate. So it's just incredible. ADHD. We talk about anxiety, sleep apnea. Oh my gosh. Heart arrhythmias. So I think it was Carrie Mann that talks about that his heart completely cured. And also he had oh my gosh, water on the lungs. I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah, congestive heart failure.
Congestive heart failure. And now he does not. What? What? I mean, these are things that we consider to be impossible. Even the type 2 diabetes that Laura just mentioned, you know, those are things that are incurable, chronic diseases. And all you're going to do is get worse and worse until you go blind and lose your limbs. And that's just not true. That you can reverse these issues that you have. PTSD, halitosis. You know, I mean, just so many things. Skin tags. If you got skin tags, you go on a carnivore diet, the skin tags just start falling off. All of a sudden you realize that you don't have skin tags anymore. And you thought that just runs in the family, you know, and everybody in my family has these, you know, skin tags. Nope, that can go away too. For me, one of the biggest ones is the mental health aspect of it, of not feeling that sense of impending doom. I was always afraid. I was afraid to answer my phone. You know, always just obsessing over things. And I don't really have that anymore. And so just the fact that I don't have that sense of impending doom. Somebody can call me on the phone and I'm like, not, you know, freaking out, like who died? Somebody's been in a car accident. Something's happened. You know, and that really it's a blessing not to have that feeling every time the phone rings or somebody texts me. You know, I'm always concerned about what has happened to them. I realized that I wasn't having, you know, that feeling every time the phone rings. And that is something that has been really, really amazing. The top one, though, for me, seasonal allergies and eczema. Oh my gosh. The eczema is so much better. I had it in remission, like Laura said, but then I added a couple of things in, and then all of a sudden, there it goes. The heavy cream, I can't have heavy cream because it causes dyshydrotic eczema. So now I know that, and now I won't be adding any more heavy cream because I now know that that is a problem for me. And then the seasonal allergies that just went away. Like I've had a few little sniffles, sneezes, but compared to what it used to be, my eyes would be running, my nose would be running, my throat scratchy and sore all through this time of the year. And in the springtime and in the fall, particularly, I would have terrible seasonal allergies and have to take allergy pills every single day. And I just no longer have to do that. I take one every once in a while if I need to, and that's that. It feels more normal. So, that's my thinking about the potential health benefits. There's so many. There's no way that we could articulate them all in this 1 hour show.
Right, right.
All right, G.
All
Why don't
right.
you tell
So,
us part?
yep, this segment we are honing in on the health benefits and risk of the carnivore diet. One of the risk is, and I think this is the biggest risk of all, not doing it. I'm talking to the people back over there in the back. And all of us, we're all carnivores. All of the audience is carnivores. So it's those people way over there. I mean, I can't say it enough. And I don't want to jump because we got another good segment coming up when we start talking about all what we used to do. But a couple of things I do want to address is um one of the first questions people ask me is about cholesterol. That ends up being one of the first ones. Not the fact, hold on, let me just, so I don't mess this up. Not the fact that I said to you, my symptoms, oh no, that's his, that my prior health issues, yeah. So I list them as well: bursitis, spinal stenosis, fibromyalgia, bulging disc in my lower back, restless leg, UTI, sciatica, vertigo, carpal tunnel. I developed high blood pressure. I had diverticulitis. And then my husband started saying I snored. I ain't believe it. I ain't never heard it nor woke up. Lost my ability. Y'all know to like grip jars. Oh my, it can be something simple. I could not put my hand around it to turn. I had to go and get those plastic circle things that you can put on the jars, trying to get things open. It's like they said when you are starting approaching 40, hey, your body gonna start breaking down. You and they are so right, but it's so wrong because you don't have to. That's the thing. You are accepting things that were not designed for you. You were not supposed to have those issues. Your eyesight was not supposed to start slanting. And let me just tell y'all, a lot of women like shoes. I got a few pair. A lot of women like handbags. I got about one or two. My thing was glasses. All right. And I had approximately 50 pair, and they were all prescription.
Wow.
I had some
A lot of
glasses.
glasses.
Baby, I had some glasses that I only wore with certain outfits because I wanted my glasses to match. Yeah. Now I can't see out of any. I can barely see out of any of them because the eyeballs are doing so much better. Oh my God. It's like, yes, I can see. You cannot tell me that my vision is not getting better. But I started off by talking about the cholesterol. That ends up being one of the first things. And I can be a little sarcastic. I know it's difficult for you guys to understand that, but it is okay. Just trust that part. And so for me, I will look at you and say, but where were you when I was fat? Where were you when my back was hurting? And now all of a sudden, that's the thing you want to ask me about. Same conversation I've had with yep, that's it, baby. Um, when I had my doctor's appointment, all of my blood work, that's the number that did elevate. So I will say to you, my story is that my total cholesterol started elevating, right? That number one is because I just did a drastic change in my diet. I went from vegan to carnivore, just like that. Okay. So when that happened, there was the shift. Now I go back to get my blood work. it's done this. I'm going to go back again, and I already know it's going to do this because my body is shifting. Baby, my body is healing itself right now. You don't understand when you are in that amount of pain, and that is a thing of the past. You don't, what, as we say, you don't understand my story, huh? You don't know what he snatched me out of. You don't know that I was on Percocets for 3 years. I received 120 Percocets a month, and it was not the low dose for 3 years. You don't understand my pain. You don't understand the agony. You don't understand the swelling in my body, my feet pulsating. All right. Knowing that you need to get up and you looking and oh my God, I know my feet gonna hurt. Oh my goodness. And then sometimes where you could just go and just sit on the toilet and then doggone it, now you got to get up again. Or some of us, I had not got to this point where you could not, your arm does not grow longer when you get wider. So please tell me how we are reaching some of these areas. And I know that has to be hard on you. Grown person cannot properly clean themselves. Grown person having these different issues. And all we can do is look in the mirror and say, how did I let myself get this way? How do I turn this around? And right when you get to thinking about it, can I really leave bread alone? Or so and so just came in with some Krispy Kreme donuts and just threw your whole thing off. But I'm here to say you need to stand for yourself. You must say that you are sick and tired of being sick and tired. And then if you do nothing else, heal your body, heal it. Okay? Get the proper things inside of it. And if you decide to go back, but right now you're killing yourself. You every day you surprised you woke up. It's only so much that heart can pump and go back and strain and stress. And you sitting there and you can almost see it popping up out of your chest. Are you tired of sleeping in the chair because you are afraid to lay back and that weight is on your chest? Or some of the women where your boobs go up and almost strangle you. I understand all of this. So, with that, yes, my cholesterol total numbers did go up. Are they elevated and danger where all of a sudden I'm afraid of a stroke or a heart attack? Heck no. I've never felt better. That was my initial conversation with my doctor. I said, hold up. Don't tell me about a total. I keep saying total for a reason. And we're going to let Laura jump in. Okay, hold on. I can't read. That total cholesterol, when you leave that so I can see it, that total cholesterol that you're telling me about, when I just said to you, my back, I no longer have to take Percocets. I no longer have to get these back injections because, oh my God, I have zero back pain. Zero. Okay. That's what I had to say. I have no more back pain. I can't even imagine these nodules. You got diverticulitis and you eat a nut, a broccoli piece. They get caught over in that little,
Ouch.
yeah, the pouch. And then, oh my goodness, what that feels like. Let me tell you something. That that meat get up in you and it that meat gets inside of you and then breaks down and just decays in you for 3-4 days. You just got like dead meat up inside of you. Ooh, my goodness. When's the last time you seen some meat in your stool?
Nope.
Anybody Anybody, when is the last time you saw some meat in your stool? Oh, but when's the last time you saw some corn, peanuts, nuts, the broccoli, a piece of carrot or beets, um, lettuce, a leaf, a spinach? You see all of that over in there all the time. Baby, it was to the point where I actually saw pulp from the fruit that I ate. And I said, wait a minute, you mean to tell me, oh my goodness, I'm just, y'all, today is the first day of my birthday week. And yes, so we got thumbs up, we got everything going. So the computer knows. Yes. And so you don't find meat in your stool. You'll never turn around and see it. And that meat did not get into your intestines and then it's still sitting there. Honey, your body said, yes, Hercules, she finally giving me some meat and excited about it. I'm telling you, I have a legacy that is starting this walk with me. And her thing was, it's like, listen, I mean, I'm feeling good, but my scale isn't going down. Forget the scale. Forget the scale for right now and fuel your body. Your body needs healing.
Yes.
You have to get rid of all of that was inside of you. Now, 2 sites. One that was given to me was talking about ditching the time. Hold on, let me see. Some carnivore diet challenges, right? Let me share my screen really quick. Show these to you. Share the screen. Yay, Renee!
Carnivore thanks, Renee.
Renee.
So here, the carnivore diet challenges. Oh, wait a minute. Is it up? Because I'm just talking.
It's
All
up.
right, I went on to the thing. I have inside of my link that I'm streaming from. I have that over in here.
Renee, you're awesome.
Yep. So you have this where look. Ooh. Do you guys know who that is? Some carnivore diet information. Also, wait a minute. Let me go here. Share this instead. Nutritional and diet trends. It's time to ditch these. I'm going to talk about these different things. Let me just summarize it for you. Let me get back over here. I am stopping that. To summarize really quickly. Oh, look at the yellows. Okay, summarize.
That's what, I was popping those up.
I gotta stay focused.
That's such a blessing. Thank you.
It is. It is. Where are my cheat notes here that I turned around and did. So the 2 sites to pretty much bring that together. It talks about the increased cholesterol levels and potential gut health issues. So I put those 2 links inside of in my show notes if you want to go back and look at those. I really quick, because I see this. I'm curious if vegan fake meats would appear in your stool, but not curious enough to sell. You don't have to. Here's the thing. It because of the texture of it, your body didn't absorb, but it made it look like the rest of it. Is that like, look, I struggled as a vegan, but we're gonna talk about that in another segment. Where are we at now?
Probably would be weird as saying vegan meat for me would show up in the toilet, because that's where I would put it.
I know that's right. I know that's right. And okay, so this next segment I'm gonna move over into success stories and some personal transformations. I can do better than that. I'm gonna show my husband too. He just don't know he finna get on the TV screen.
He's gonna see it.
There you go. All right, so here, look at us. Yes.
He has the little chipmunk cheeks.
Yes, y'all see my baby over there. Look, you see, y'all look, and then look at me. Ooh. I don't know if y'all can see them rolls on my arm, honey. Yes. And I think down here in the center, I'm praying to be smaller, but it didn't happen. It
I
didn't
love that
happen.
pink hat, Frederick.
Yeah, I think
I
I
never
think
noticed that before.
wait a minute, we were in Aruba on that one, y'all. Look, I'm right
Nice.
behind them. I want y'all to look at how wide my face is. Now look at it. Huh? Yes. Who? This was not my intent to lose weight to this degree. You if I had honestly a good 170, I think my clothes would have fit nicely. I could probably keep some of the ones that I had, but I couldn't. So now I think I was 137 this morning. Then the smallest has been 135.
Oh,
But I don't even
Wow!
yay!
Julia,
I don't
thank
feel
you.
like I put on 2 pounds. I don't even worry with that. I continuously eat. When my number starts going up, the first thing I can say, I did not take in enough fat. That's the honest to
Mhm.
God truth. When I load up on fat, that fat starts burning extra fat.
So
If I'm
here's the
slow down on
thing.
my
Here's the
huh?
question that I have, G.
Okay, go ahead.
And I want to make sure that we all understand this because people say, well, I have so much fat on my body. I don't need to eat any extra fat because I have fat to lose. I have fat on my body that I need to burn.
Mhm.
So, I'm not going to eat any extra fat because I've already got all the fat that I need.
Oh,
So,
here's one. No, here's one for you right here. Here's one. Ooh, I just really don't like how fat tastes. But you liking how you feel, right? You have to. You feel really good about your knees hurting or possibly needing hip surgery. I that because
mm,
that's what I thought that I needed a hip replacement.
mhm.
And that was when I started intermittent fasting. I thought that my hip was I need in this left hip that I could not take that foot and put on the ground to get out of the car on the driver's side. I had to pick the leg up and move it, then get the other one out and pull up. It was just crazy. I was like, I'm starting to lose weight, and now I need another freaking surgery. This can't be happening to me. Not at all. And continued on the carnivore diet. Baby, ain't nothing wrong with my hip. Absolutely nothing. This hip is right here, and I'm getting ready to go and start shaker, and rumba for my birthday. And ain't nothing gonna be. There's nothing wrong with it. So, my transformations with this journey, I feel like I'm gonna live another 50 years. Uh, I feel so good. I went and got braces. I want my teeth to be uh in line so I can really bite on this meat. I want to eat my jerky. I want to tear that piece. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to continue aging backwards. And so the next person, Robin, go ahead, share some success stories with us.
Man,
If
I gotta
somebody in the
mention,
community have some, come on now.
come on, talk about it. So here, I'm gonna pop this one up right here.
Mhm.
This is B Beasley.
Yay.
Hey, B. We appreciate you very much. Thank you for being here.
Mhm.
81-year-old
Yes.
female following PhD spectrums, keto, ketovore, carnivore lifestyles. So far, I've released 91 pounds with about
Mm.
35 more to go. Amazing. Amazing
And
Yes.
she's
results.
81. So let me tell you some things that she don't even have to tell me. B can now move around. Now where she might used to say, "Hey, can you bring this to me?" She can actually get up and go and do. I'm close to positive since she's following that proper human diet on the different spectrums. That's what she's saying. Keto, carnivore, and ketovore. That is like remarkable because
Mhm.
I know that she's feeling better.
Yes.
Her body, oh God, I know she
You
is.
think about what an 81-year-old, like, in your mind's eye, what an 81-year-old is supposed to be like. you know, we have a bad paradigm about aging because we've been aging terribly because of the nasty food that we've been eating. But B is
Yeah, so
reversing all that. I'm excited for B. That's
no,
amazing.
listen. So when I turn around and say I'll be 60 this week, and people turn and it's like, what?
Right.
This is normal. This is what we was. I can't say that because I wasn't eating this way. My mama had some good genes, but she ate more meat than she did other things as well. All
So I
right.
want to bring this one up. So Proud to Be Weird is here. Hey, Proud to Be Weird. We're so happy that you're here tonight. I'm actually the opposite. I healed a broken brain that led me to suffer from severe anorexia for 22 years.
Wow.
Wow, that
Wow.
is incredible.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's
Yeah.
amazing, amazing, amazing. All right, keep them coming, you guys. So Simpson is here. Hey, Simpson, we're so happy that you're here with us tonight. Major depression on the verge of suicide.
Mm-hmm.
Anxiety progressing to agoraphobia for 3 years. I'm free with
Wow.
carnivore. I can step out of the house now. That is amazing.
I
I
was
mean,
That
taken
is
off of medication as
mm,
well. That right there, because when
amazing.
listen, my heart goes out, and it didn't before. When people would turn around, I'm like, oh, here we go again. Just man up or woman up. You'll be okay. Stop that. Just get up and yeah, no, that's not. I'm telling you now, that food has you so jacked up. Okay. It
Yeah,
really, really does.
it
And
really does.
medication is not going to help to that degree because it's more chemicals inside of you. And it is the original chemicals of the food that's doing this. Just think about
Yes.
this. There, what, like 10 major food industries. Think what we got, General Mills, y'all know Nabisco's on it. Those are the
Okay.
ones that created the food pyramid. Why do you think it's
My
like this?
gosh.
And they put all their stuff down here in the middle and constantly pushing it for you. The meat industry, what is it, like 3 or 4 major, Tyson and a couple of others.
Purdue.
Yep.
Conagra. Yep.
There we go. So yeah, and they are giving us the majority of our meat. Don't you think somewhere in there money plays a part in this?
It
At
does.
no particular point do you think money play a part in this. Because here's the thing, if our food harm you, the FDA said we could give it to you, but it's all right because go on over there to the doctor. And this right here make me mad. So I go give her I have a female doctor. I go give her $25 to $35. I think it's 25. And then, oh, you gotta go see a specialist. Now I got to get this referral to get over there, and that appointment gonna cost me 85 to just see them. And then after they bill the insurance, they
Mm-mm.
used to write it off. Now they're gonna hit me with that bill, and all of this started with the food that I ate.
It's a
Right?
Which is
vicious
approved
cycle.
by the FDA, which also approves the medications to treat the metabolic diseases you got from their FDA approved food. If that's not a racket, I'm like, that's a circle jerk. Just saying it out loud, you should know that.
Thank you.
Just
I can't even imagine their look, if they all got together at Thanksgiving, they just ha 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 ha. Because once that and then here's another thing. So the pharmaceutical company pumps in the grants to the medical school. Because the next time you go to the doctor, I want you to ask your doctor, just ask, how many nutritional classes did you take? No, here's one that was mandatory. And I can tell you now your answer is 0 on the mandatory. So if they took a
Yep.
nutritional class, it was an elective, so to speak. And that is going to teach you about the food pyramid, because the same people that's mixed over in regards to that is writing the books and pumping the grants and all of that over into the school. So the test doesn't look like how do you cure X, Y, and Z. It'll talk about symptom A, symptom B, symptom C. What do they have? Oh, they have diabetes. Now, how do we treat it? That's it. That's why when you go to the doctor, they take care of your symptoms. That's what they treat, right? And just and here, I'm gonna let it go to the next person. Just think of it. Their office is a practice. Go to the lawyer, their office is a practice. Everybody practicing on us. Okay, put up another one.
All right, here's the next one. Drax of the North. This has been out here for a while. 3 years ago, I was diagnosed with abnormal heart rhythm, which frequently results in bulk bout. Did I bring this up? I've not had an attack in 18 months. Drax of the North. Tachycardia that lasts up to 12 hours. Wow, that's scary.
That can actually take you out with your heart rate over 100. It can actually deplete all of your electrolytes. And actually, we've had people who did not survive. So, yeah, good for her. That's him. I'm not sure.
Drax of the North, that you are doing so much better. 18 months is a long time. That's absolutely incredible.
Yes, and I have something. Yay. Oh, yes.
Frederick Brown is here.
Yes, he is. So he saw that picture. Yes, listen. I tell everyone, January of last year, just last year, my husband was on a walker. That's where all of this started for us. He was on a walker, and it's like I even then a year ago I was going to turn 60 this year, and in my mind, y'all don't judge me. I'm going to share this with you, but don't judge me. All right. I'm watching him in this wheelchair thinking, how are we supposed to be dancing when I turn 60? Oh, we need an electric wheelchair so I can sit on you and we're going to spin on the floor because who finna be doing this right here? No. Well, y'all, he's out running and sprinting now. Absolutely. Matter of fact, he's running, chasing me because I'm running from him because he got too much energy for me. I have to keep reminding him, dude, you 60, slow down. Oh my God. What else we got started up in here?
So Renee said tachycardia is what caused my congestive heart failure, years untreated.
Yep.
And then the last one that I'm going to pull up is Johnny D. Hart. I'm healing my body even though I have 6 missing organs. I'm missing my ascending colon, my stomach from weight loss surgery, my gallbladder, my uterus, and tubes plus my appendix. Yet I am healing. Amazing, Jenny.
Excellent.
You know what, Jane? I did not think to think about the organs that I don't have. So the uterus, the cervix, both tubes and ovaries, and then they tore my bladder. I had a torn rotor cup, and I didn't mind the breast reduction. I promise I didn't, because I had refused to buy another bra after Triple D because I think they just charge us too much money. That is a rip off. Rip off. And they know that if you don't put that thing on, and then you're gonna need the straps this wide, that's jugging down in your shoulder. Yep, had a torn rotor cup, so I had those reduced. I do have my gallbladder, so I'm thankful for that. But yeah, but I do think about, and I have the sleeve as well, so that part of the stomach is gone. But I'm going to say this, guys. I'll say this again and again and again. Let me show you. This one in the middle. This girl over here. This girl right here. Right after this one in the middle with this black, red, and white flower dress with the pearls. That's the only picture up here, I think. Yep, that was before my surgery. All the rest of those pictures are after surgery.
Wow.
Yeah, so that one picture was before surgery. All the rest of them were after.
I had to bring this one up too. Carnivore Mommy's here. Hi, Carnivore Mommy. We're so glad that you're here with us tonight. Off pain meds, PTSD, and anxiety better, able to exercise, kids healthier, and so much more. And she also said reactive hypoglycemia gone as well. Congratulations. That's amazing.
Great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Amazing.
This
Yeah,
is what
so
I
I
like right
wanted
here.
to answer something. Yeah, follow the money, that's for sure. Somebody said in there, I think it's proud to be weird, was like if 93% of the population is metabolically sick, don't these companies and associations have people working for them who are also sick? So it's not 93%, it's about 70% of the American population has pre-diabetes and other metabolic diseases. So it's not 93%
Yet.
completely, but they're on their way. And yes, I would say many of those companies have those. Have you ever walked into an office and you see a man stand up and he looks thin here and he looks thin from his hoo-ha down to his legs, but right there in the center, he's got that big gut that looks like he's pregnant. I
Yep.
will guarantee you he has fatty liver disease and who knows what else.
Yep.
I mean, that's just a guarantee. So yes, these people are working for them, but they have no shame in making money off of their own people that work for them. They don't care. It's the elites that want to make the money over the rest of us. And it absolutely follows the money all the way from the cholesterol lie that was started very early on, and is continued today, even though the studies have been out there that told the truth that we have had out since even 2020. They kind of went back over a lot of the work on the cholesterol and just brought up what they had, but just put all of the information out there to be seen instead of the top two things. And they were like, "Oh, these things happen." Well, what about the other five? Well, they were like excellent things that could happen, but they were hidden because. And the same thing goes if they do a study and they do not like how the outcome is, they are not they are not made to actually put that out for public viewing. It's just
Mhm.
sits back in a file, just so you're able to know. So I'm 53.
I'll be s- I today is the first day of my birthday week. I'm turning 60.
And I am 57, and this is the first day of my birthday month, and I'll be turning 58.
Yay!
Mhm.
I know.
Yes.
Listen, just carnivore women, I have found like not shame to tell their age, but I've been that way my whole life.
Nope.
So I really, really,
Yep.
wait, let me see. Got something
So
else over here. Go ahead.
I want to go over a personal experience that I had with carnivore. And really, this patient actually went ketovore. So, to be fully transparent, they did go ketovore.
Well,
And
listen,
it
that's
was my
gonna go with what's
70.
up on the screen. They wanna know, do you
Yeah.
think it's more successful on carnivore if they lower the carbs
Yeah.
slowly or even do keto first?
I
Hmm.
think it depends. I did keto for a long time and transitioned to carnivore. I still passed out at the bedside, so it didn't really help me at all. Like, I still had those issues. I know other people who went from the standard American diet right into carnivore and have done fine, and others who have had trouble. I think it's just something that we're all different, and we just have to kind of plan for that. But I think anytime you're doing a ketogenic diet, anytime you are getting yourself into ketosis, you are doing great benefit to the body. You are going to be healing things. What I tell people, because I have somebody I'm working that came from vegan and went keto, and I'm working with them, and they want to transition to carnivore. And her why was because she had cured everything but like three of these last issues. And I believe that they will be cured once she gets away from oxalates and all of the fibers and stuff like that. And so that's why she wants to take it to that next level, just like I did keto. And for 26 of the 28 years, it was perfect until the keto treats came out. And then there we went because it had all the same junk that's allowed to be in these other foods. I found at that time, I just started diving in. I was like, what is maltodextrin? And it's like, it's not dextrose. Well, yes, it basically is. So that's when I found out at that time that there were 72 names of sugar that they're allowed to put on these packages that don't sound like sugar. You'd have no idea that they were a sugar. And now I think it's up to 102 or 108 just in that amount of time. And that's in 7 years' time that they've went that high. So, but I have a patient, or I did have a patient. He is so far graduated, I'll never get him as a patient again, I'm pretty sure. but a 74-year-old who started out with a hemoglobin A1C of 10.9, had already lost the right lower portion of his leg for an amputation. He had, one of those CGMs on his arm, and would be 4:40, 4:30, even fasted at 11 o'clock in the morning. And he thought that was great. And I'm like, holy shnikes. No, that's not great. And
No.
so it was a hard transition. He had to go back to the doctor and have that surgeon was going to just go ahead and take it further above the knee and take the amputation higher, which would have prevented this gentleman from being able to drive. He couldn't have driven semi or had a CDL. So at that point, then he was like, okay, what can you do? So we just worked with him transitioning more to ketovore. And once he started doing that, it was so immediate that his blood sugars went down to like 104 within just a week and stayed 104, 102, 108. I mean, he didn't have these spikes. It was just steady all the way across. And so they had to start dropping his insulin and taking him off one of his oral medications for diabetes. And he went back to his diabetic doctor, an endocrinologist is who he was seeing, and had a hemoglobin A1C done at 3 months. And the nurse was ecstatic. She put a little happy face on there and said, great, you're going in the right direction. He was 6.7. Well, his doctor came in and told him and his wife, who is a retired nurse herself, that he really prefers his diabetics to be around 7 or 8. So as a nurse, I can tell you anything above really 5.6, you are doing some sort of damage to your blood vessels, your eyes, your kidneys, your brain, things like that. So I was just like, that doesn't make sense. I'm not going to do that. So then the wife, in the doctor's office said, I'm a nurse, and where I used to work, I thought we always tried to get patients to like 5.6 and below. Well, that's just old. That's old. We don't do it that way anymore. So the next day when I went to see him, she says, why would he do that? And I said, well, he's a specialist. Your husband is on Medicare. If he no longer has a diagnosis on his diagnosis paper, because he's below 5.6, 5.7, he can't, Medicare will not pay for him to go see that specialist anymore. And that's a $900 per visit to a specialist clinic 100% of the time, no matter if it's a skin specialty, eye specialty, kidney, doesn't matter. If it's a specialty you needed a referral to, it's a $900 payout for the 4 or 5 minutes that they're going to be in your room with you. And that's why if I was there, I'd be like, no, sir, you're going to stay for your whole hour, because Medicare's done paid for this. So anyway, they didn't follow what the doctor said. He followed what his primary doctor, because I know his primary care doctor, and he was like, let's just keep him on the plan, keep doing this. At almost another 3 months, his blood sugars were like 80s. And I was like, okay, we got to get off of the insulin, because you're going to bottom yourself out. Because he originally was on 3 of those and 3 pills, different pills for diabetes. Those were gone. And he finally got off of the insulin. I was able to discharge him. He was able to get a prosthetic leg, go back to driving, which I've seen him out driving a couple times. He always honks and tries to run me over, which I think's kind of mean, but that's okay. I'll get him. But his wife texted me last month, the first of the month, and said that his hemoglobin A1C after 6 months was now 5.1, which means he's not diabetic. And so that will come off of all of his diagnosis. Well, you have to ask to have it taken off. So that's another thing, is if you cure something, you have to force the hand of your healthcare personnel to take that off of the list, just so you know. Otherwise, they will leave it on there so that they can continue to make the dollar signs. So that's probably my favorite personal experience with a client or a patient that I've had to date.
Yeah, that's what I'm going through with my doctor, is having them to remove. Now, here's the thing. This is the part that gets me. Y'all, I did a show last year when this happened. The very first blood test that we did, we meaning Frederick and I, that we did where my cholesterol was elevated, right? Total cholesterol. My number was out of the sequence of what it had been for the, all these years that they had been testing me. Then I got a phone call. And you know me, I was like, well, where is your documentation saying that I need to be on a statin? So on, so on and so forth. Show me your work. Don't just be repeating stuff to me. Then it went to bottom line. I guess people with high cholesterol are diabetics because now I keep receiving all of this information from the insurance people. Do I want to get the little thing that sticks in your arm? Yeah. And I'm
No.
like, well, why would I get these things? I don't have, my sugar levels are wonderful. So why do I need this? I've never tested none of my blood work has ever elevated in a sugar. I have not even big. I was never borderline. So I'm not, So I'm not understanding why all of a sudden, but the cholesterol, the total cholesterol, I got to keep saying that the total cholesterol number was up. And now all of a sudden I'm getting information from the his job and the insurance people, to set me up with my diabetes that I don't have. So yeah. No, listen. So we were named. I was asking. Robin loves to put up that cabbage soup diet because that's the one that drove me. Because that was like the go-to.
Yep.
First of all, I made mine and it was really delicious. Yeah, I could make that cabbage soup diet. And before you know it, you had the runs like nobody's business. And let me show you how foolish. Woo, look at me. I'm slimming down. I'm pooping that stuff out. Guys, listen, that is not true. When now that I'm eating carnivore, I don't have a lot of poop. That's number one. I eat and my body uses it. If the scale does not drop, I know I'm not taking in enough fat. I have to take in more fat. This week, I've done a horrible job. I've just been busy doing life and have not, like, I wish I could just eat butter. I tried like chewing it and it needs something else with it. I have to steak, anything. I can do liquid fat over solid. I could drink butter. I can do all of that, but doggone it, chewing that stick, can't do it. Can't do it.
I can do that.
You can do that one?
Yep, me too. Yep.
Mm,
I can eat cold fat too.
Like
You know how
butter.
Dr. Kilt said to eat the cold fat? I tried that the other day because I had never tried that where you just cut it off of the steak. I've always done it like ribeye fat, like where I cooked it. It's hard. But
Oh, wait a
when we
minute.
had
Wait a minute. Are you getting ready to say raw fat?
Yes. It was actually, I did it really cold and I cut it and I put the, it was good.
I'm not ready. I'm not
I know, but I've been doing this for 5 years. I just wanted to see because I thought, well, he said, try
He
it,
talks
and
about
I
it
had
all the
never
time.
tried it. Right,
okay.
and so
So
I
here's the
didn't
thing.
know,
If I
so I
don't,
thought, yeah.
if I don't get a good crisp on that fat, Frederick will have it, and he's like, "You cooked it too much," and I'm like, "Oh God, that's not even cooked enough for me." Oh
You gotta
my
render
God.
all the fat out of the fat before you eat it.
Yeah, I can drink, but listen, I can drink it. Oh my God, you season that stuff up. I eat with a spoon. My steak I cut and then I scoop it up with the fat. Oh yeah, I
Yes.
can eat. Laura, I can't unhear that. Is that what
Oh,
people feel like when I tell them they have to eat fat? It's like, no, you really
Well,
need to eat
maybe they
fat.
maybe do. They're like,
maybe
what?
they
I
might.
gotta eat
Oh,
that.
but I won't tell them about raw fat. Oh, I wasn't ready
Yeah.
for that one. Laura, you know
It was,
doggone well, I follow so many things that you do. I'm like, okay, Laura, Laura.
I know, but I would
She's
just
not
follow
going
what Dr. Kilt said. He was like,
there.
this
Well,
is
y'all
even
know
better
Dr.
for you
Fields is
because
gonna
you
be
haven't cooked out those vitamins. And I know he's a little crazy. He's a good kind of crazy, but I was like,
Yes, he is.
I'm going to listen.
okay. Well,
First
we're
time
gonna
in my
talk
life.
about that on Carnivores After Dark because you guys,
Yeah.
matter of fact, let's do a show plug. This month, can't give you the date right now because I'll be calling out the wrong day. But Dr. Kiltz, our only guest on this show was Dr. Kiltz. But once a month, the lioness and the felines, we get together for Carnivores After Dark. It's the ladies panel. Listen, there's some things that about us and this next show.
It's gonna be fire.
Yeah.
So
Yes, it is.
let me just tell y'all how good this show is going to be that's coming up. All right. So y'all better be looking for it. I did the last show and then Robin got caught in traffic. Laura was doing something and it was like Christy and Laura was coming in and I said,
It was a storm.
listen, somebody had a storm. I said, no, I need the full
Me.
cast because you guys, that show is going to be good. And then
Yes.
we added kilts.
Yes.
OMG. I'm so excited. Yeah, I really,
Yeah.
really am.
It's
I'm
gonna be
so
good.
freaking excited for that one. All right. Let me see.
Dr.
Can we
Nelson
answer?
is here. Hey, Dr.
Can we
Hey,
Nelson.
answer
Dr. Nelson.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
carnivore
Clarification.
mommy?
Hold on.
Which
Oh,
it wasn't really a question that carnivore mommy said. It was more of like a statement about her husband's type
Yes,
1
here it is.
diabetes.
Here we go.
Yes. So I would recommend carnivore mommy. I don't know if you follow Dr. Tony Hampton, but I would because his wife is a type 1. And I think with them doing ketovore-ish type stuff, I think that they have been able to, I thought he said 5 units of insulin is all that she's doing. So I think there is healing in that. So I would just keep going. Um, that's good for him to have it down to 7. But yeah, if he can get it down lower is even better. And I do know some type 1 diabetics that can get it down to like 5.4 or 5.5. I have seen that. So yeah. And
yeah.
that's bad.
I will say
No,
this.
because you can't take care of her.
I coached a young lady who was type 1 and for her I like doing your first 30 days with you.
Mhm.
And where she was so amazed is that her insulin reduced about 80%.
Wow.
So yeah, she's because
Yeah.
here's the thing, you're not putting that in your body, period. So,
Yeah.
but you have some carbs in the eggs and so on and so forth. And of course, type 1 we know does not produce insulin at all. But when she was doing this and getting her body lined up, um, and then I think she caught a cold or something, and some things was going on. She got off of carnivore and then contacted me and said, "Girl, my life is not right unless I'm on carnivore." She said, "It, where you have to, type 1 understand what they go through and having to monitor and all of that." She said it felt good not having to stick myself not as much that month. So there is some great things. One, all right. So for type 1, listen to Marty Kendall, Optimizing Nutrition. His wife and
Mhm.
son are type 1. All right. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank
Yep.
you.
Yep.
Funny.
All right, so let's wrap it up, guys. Tell us what's going on. I'm gonna start. Y'all, it's my birthday week. Okay. I have been on the road to 60 for the last 363 days now. 63, 64. How many days in
63.
63
63.
days? Okay. And so I am flying out in the morning and I will be back 6. The next time y'all see me, I'll be 60 years old. Doggone it. I have been wanting this moment. And then I'm gonna work y'all nerves, letting y'all know I'm on my road to 70. And I'm gonna look just like this because the
Yeah.
carnivore diet is holding me at bay. I can't even pass it an age because I'm aging backwards. So what do I have going on? Wednesday from Miami, I will be live with Adrian. Um, Adrian had the gastric bypass. She was also on The Biggest Loser, and her and I
Yep.
interview different people who have had surgery and or whether it was the lap band and none of it works. It's in the food.
It's
It
in the
is
food.
your
It
food,
is.
guys. And so I will be popping in and out from far, far away. All right, who's next? I'm good.
I can go next.
Go right ahead.
So over the weekend, I must have lost my mind. I did a whole bunch of live streams. So if you guys have not watched those, please go back and watch them. I did a live show by myself, which was my introduction to my July challenge that I'm doing. I'm just going to tell you guys quickly about that challenge. It's going to be the Sea Lion diet with bacon added. So I noticed that when I did the lion diet before, I did not feel good. I needed pork, so I'm adding bacon, and then I'm also exercising minimum of 3 days a week. I'm walking every day, and I'm cutting out some of the stuff that I had added in. So my sweetened electrolytes. Oh, how I miss them already, but I'm cutting that out. No sweets. I'm also no heavy cream. I don't know if I'll ever have heavy cream again because my hands started breaking out after like 3 months clear. So that was a real bummer. And so that's my July challenge. So I have a video out there about that. I will be posting every single day of this month, an unedited video though, because it takes too long to edit the video. So I'm going to just record whatever is going on. And then happy birthday, G. Look at that. That's awesome. Renee. Oh my gosh, you're awesome. So
Yes, thank you so much. Oh my
wow.
gosh. I'm so,
Yep. So
now, wait,
so I'll
wait.
be,
Oh,
yeah.
my head is swelling. Wait. My head's getting big.
Her earrings are going to pop out next.
I won't be able to
So
make it through
yes,
the door. No,
we'll have
listen, I love and appreciate you guys. Thank you
yeah,
so
fun.
much.
Yeah. So videos every single day of this month. They're gonna be, whatever it is that I record during that day, I'm gonna just post it. And so you guys just ignore those flubs because there's gonna be some there. So, usually I cut all that stuff out, but you guys will get to see all that business.
Before
This
I just
want
do
to add,
live.
yeah, before Laura comes on, Robin, I just want to say that I am very proud of you. You guys, last week's show had to do, was it last week? Don't get me
Yes,
started.
it
Yes.
Yeah,
was.
had to do with Robin talking about this lifestyle and how she wanted to do something more. So first of all, thank you for introducing us into it, making us a part of. And you said that July 1st was going to be that, and you're sticking with it. And I know that there are some things that you've had, and sometimes people feel like they've given up so much.
Yep.
What do you mean I can't have that? Unfortunately, we've been eating what we're not supposed to have. The ultimate to me is Laura, because she was keto, saying to me it's a lot of foods that she didn't eat. Then she went carnivore. So that was a lot. And now she's lying. It's like, oh my God, there's a lot of things but she's living a phenomenal life.
Yeah,
So,
that's
Robin,
awesome.
my hat is off to you. I love
Thank
and
you.
appreciate you, and I'm so thankful because I'm looking for your reports. And I
Yes.
say, do this for the rest of the year. But then that would be just my 2 cents. Go ahead,
I'm
girl.
just going 30 days for
I
now,
know.
and then I'll make a decision after that, but I'm really excited about it. I think it's gonna be really fantastic for me. I feel better already. I was going through this severe depression last week. I mean, felt like the old days, with the racing thoughts and just, really felt down. And I'm like, okay, so this is not what I want in my life.
Mhm.
I'm not willing to go back to the way that I was before carnivore. So, yep. But I wanted to mention that on Saturday at 5:30 p.m. on Carnivorous Grandma Speaks, I will be interviewing Charlie.
All right.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
yay.
so I'm
Darth
excited to
Carnivore.
meet Charlie and get a chance to talk to him. And so, yes, come and check my channel out on Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. All right, Lola.
Excellent.
Perfect, perfect. So, yes, I wanted to go over that with Anaya, which I believe is a granddaughter.
Yes, we were keeping it a
Yep.
secret. Everybody, that is my oldest female legacy. I woke up this morning a message from her because I've been blessed that I have two right now. I got a third one on the way, but she ain't gonna make it to July. The girls are all in July with me, so they are just really, really, really
Perfect.
but go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Anaya, I was a cardiac cath lab open heart nurse for 8 years. And the patients that came in to our having heart attacks, having strokes, needing open heart bypass surgery due to clogged arteries were most of the time skinny. Most of the time had been on medication that was supposed to lower their cholesterol. And when you ran their blood work, their cholesterol was in the tank. So, several vegans, vegetarians, people who hadn't eaten meat and hadn't eaten animal products in forever, 40 years on some of them,
Wow.
and eating all the seed oils. And they would look at me, I'm their nurses, they're waking up and coming to, and they just look at you like, how did this happen to me? I did what the doctor said. I was taking the statins. I avoided all these things. And I'm like, it's calcium that gets in there. Yeah, there's a little bit of cholesterol. There's some percentage, but it is not like it's a glob of cholesterol in your heart. And there are studies out there that these doctors have privy to see and choose to not.
Mm,
So, and they work for big institutions where they have to follow the standard of care. If it's not in their standard of care and it's not in their protocol, they have to go ahead and do what they're told to do. But that's a choice to work for a place that does that. You can be out on your own. It is more expensive to do that, but I think that takes more cojones. I almost said the other word, but I think it takes more cojones. And then I thought, I don't remember how old she is. So, but no, I would say I have not seen anybody. I've had people who were this close to heart attack that decided to switch to this way of eating, and I was like, "Ooh, how's this gonna go?" They're so much better. They're not having, some people have reversed some of their cardiac calcium score. Some have completely done away from their high blood pressure, diabetes, all of those things are what leads to heart disease. So I think as you'll look around there, it actually is a healing. It allows your body to heal. We put these medicines in that blocks the symptoms. We're never really treating the root cause of whatever the problem is when you go to the doctor. It is always, oh, you're having a pain. Okay, well, that's a signal that something's not right in your body. Let's quiet down the pain, but we don't fix what's causing the pain. Same with high blood pressure and all the rest of them. So, yep, I understand. It sounds like it's crazy. I thought the same thing, but once I was working in that facility and I saw it, I'm like, something is not right. And then the other thing, I had a patient who, as we were doing his open heart, a piece fell out of his artery that was the plaque, and it sounded like a piece of chalk hitting the table. And when I asked the doc, I said, "What the heck was that, Dr. Case?" And he says, "Oh, that's plaque." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, that's cholesterol?" And he says, "No, it's plaque." And I said, "Wait, we're telling people that plaque and cholesterol are synonymous. They mean the same thing. If you see it on a commercial and you hear plaque, you think, oh, it's cholesterol. Well,
Wow.
when you go to the dentist and he scrapes the plaque off your teeth, is that cholesterol?" And I
Because
was
it's
like,
the same
"No,
black. Hmm.
it's minerals, it's calcium, it's phosphorus, it's manganese, it's all of these zincs and stuff." And he says, "That's what it is." And I said, "Well," I said, "you know me, once I know better, I got to do better." And I'm telling everybody. And from that day forward, that's all I did was I went after, how does the calcium get in there? How do we get the calcium moved back out of there? And women caught up with men when it comes to heart disease and heart attacks after the big push of putting every woman on calcium after she started to hit menopause. Yeah.
Wow.
And you can see it if you go out and look at that correlation. It's just like this. It's just side by side, and it's pretty disgusting. So, yeah.
Thank
So,
you for
but
that,
yes, great
Laura.
question. Yeah,
Yeah,
great question.
Thank you for that. And have you not seen her Nene? She done heard a curse word before.
I know, but I was like,
Yeah, I
I don't
know. I
know.
know. What you got going on the show? Let's wrap this up.
Yeah, so I will be doing, I'll probably come on and do a couple shorts, couple things like that. I'm trying to make up extra product because it's really selling very, very fast. And I will make loads of it. Like I made over 80 things of tooth powder, and I think I'm down to 17, 18.
Wow.
Let me tell
Yeah.
y'all
Yeah.
about tooth powder. I have okay, so the two flavors that I've tried is cinnamon and peppermint. I'm sorry, Robin. Peppermint is still my favorite. Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh,
no, cinnamon was so good.
I
It's so
know, I know. So yeah, it was so we over here and nothing compares to the deodorant. And unfortunately, I didn't grab one of those from you, and I'm headed to Miami.
Yeah.
Um,
So, but
hey,
I'll jump on it every so often. And like last Friday, I kind of jumped on impromptu, and I really meant to keep it very, very short. I was just putting together packages and like, let's chit chat. And I think it was like 2 hours and something. And I don't want to do that again. But I just was
right.
like, they kept asking questions, which was great. I
Mhm.
appreciated people coming on, but I was like, 2 hours. Yeah, that's a little too much. Nobody wants to, I don't even want to listen to me for 2 hours.
You're so funny. Well, listen, guys, news that we could use that segment because of how the show was flowing. We behind the scenes, we're talking about we're just going to air it next week. It'll be earlier in the segment.
Yes.
Looking forward to seeing you guys. Laura is producing next week's show. Robin produced these last 2 weeks, and I think they all have been phenomenal. Thank you guys for the birthday wishes. I'll say it again the next time you see me, I'll be 60. Yes, I am embracing this new life. I don't think that I would be this excited on the inside if I had not switched my food. I cannot say that enough. This way of eating is how we were supposed to do, and it has made a difference. We will
Yes.
see you guys next week. All hearts and mind clear.
Yeah.
Bye,
All right.
everybody.